Co-parenting with someone who hurt you is one of the hardest things you will ever do. Your emotions are real, your triggers are real, and no one gets to tell you to just get over it. But here's what I do know. You cannot pour into your children from an empty, anxious, and angry cup. So today, we're talking about how to manage your emotions in co-parenting so you can stay grounded, even when everything around might feel like chaotic. This one is important. Don't skip it. So we're going to dive into the emotional side of co-parenting that nobody talks about, but everyone complains. Why your ex can still hijack your emotions with a single message. Why your nervous system reacts before your brain even processes what happened. And why healing from divorce doesn't automatically make co-parenting easier. We're getting honest about the invisible emotional toll it takes on you as a woman, as a mom, and as someone who is trying to build a new life. This isn't about bashing your ex or playing the victim. It's about you reclaiming your emotional freedom because someone is finally saying out loud what you have been feeling in secret. Because this episode is not about him. It is entirely about you. Because by the end of the episode, you will be feeling less alone, less ashamed, and more equipped. You have been surviving co-parenting and it's time to actually live again. So let's release the shame of still being affected by your ex's behavior. Learn how to respond instead of react and why that difference changes everything. You'll be able to show up as the calm, present mom who wants to be even on hard days. You'll discover how to surrender the co-parenting relationship to God without giving up your boundaries. You will understand why you get triggered and finally stop blaming yourself for it. You will have real tools to protect your emotional space every single day. You will learn how to show up for your kids from a place of calm instead of chaos. And you will discover that your peace belongs to you and he cannot take it anymore. If you're tired of carrying wounds from your past marriage or your past relationship and you are afraid of being hurt again, but want to learn how to communicate and build trust so you can find a godly partner, you are in the right place. I am Patty Morimura, a relationship coach for Christian women over 40. I learned the secrets of building a God-centered relationship after divorce, healing emotionally, and overcoming fear without losing myself in the process. If you're ready for healing, stability in your life, and maybe even dating again, grab your earbuds and a notebook to take notes, and let's do this. Waiting for him to show up emotionally, physically, consistently is something you learn to do inside the marriage. It felt like patience, it felt like grace, it felt like being a good Christian woman. But in co-parenting, it becomes a trap because every time you wait, you silently communicate that your time, your plans, and your peace have no value. Waiting is not kindness. It's the slow surrender of your own power, one pickup time at a time. And you don't even realize you're doing it because it has become so normal. During the marriage, you learn to adjust your life around his inconsistency. That pattern didn't end with the divorce. It followed you right into co-parenting. You wait because you are afraid of conflict, afraid of what he will say, afraid of how he will react, afraid of what it will do to your kids. You wait because somewhere deep down you still believe that if you're accommodating enough, he will finally show up the way he should. You wait because nobody ever told you that you were allowed to stop. See, you decide right now what your non-negotiables are. Pickup time, communication windows, schedule changes. Write them down, not for him, but for you. So you are clear before the conflict comes. When the agreed time passes, keep moving. You go about your plans without guilt or apology. You tell yourself the truth. His lack of responsibility is not my emergency. Practice this one just once and feel what it looks like to choose yourself. Matthew 5:37 says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no." A boundary in co-parenting is not about punishing him or making his life harder. It's a clear, calm decision about what you will and will not accept going forward. It is not a wall that shuts everyone out. It is a door that only you have the key to. You decide who comes in, when they come in, and under what circumstances. A boundary says, I'm not controlling you, I am protecting me. And that is not selfish, that is survival. You were never taught what a healthy boundary looks like, especially with someone who hurt you. In the marriage, the lines were always blurred. What was yours, what was his, and what was acceptable. You learned to over-explain your decisions, to apologize for your needs, and shrink your expectations to keep the peace. You confuse having boundaries with being difficult, and you are terrified of being called difficult. So you say yes when you mean no, and your peace pays the price every single time. How to overcome this? Start with one boundary, just one, and practice holding it consistently. Use calm, clear, simple language. Pickup is at 3. If you're not here by 3, we will be leaving. No over-explaining, no apologizing, no negotiating under pressure. Keep the door open for your kids, not for him. Always make sure they know they are loved. Remind yourself after every hard moment, his anger does not mean I was wrong. It means I finally have a limit. Document everything, dates, times, what was said. Protect yourself practically as well as emotionally. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Then be careful because you know your children are always watching. So every hard conversation you have with your kids about their dad is a lesson they will carry for the rest of their lives. Not a lesson about him, a lesson about you. They are watching how you handle disappointment, how you hold your dignity, how you tell the truth with love. Your son's face lit up every time he thought his dad was coming, and that hope is sacred. But how you responded when that hope was broken, that is what he will remember. You're not just protecting your peace. You are molding what peace looks like for your children. See, when co-parenting fails your children, you feel like you failed them. Even you did everything right. You carry guilt that was never yours to carry. You try to overcompensate, making excuses for him, softening every blow, protecting everyone's feelings except your own. You forget that your children don't need a perfect parenting situation. They need a stable, grounded, peaceful mother. And you cannot give them what you are not protecting in yourself. How can you fix this? Tell your children the truth, age appropriately, obviously, lovingly and without blame. Never make them feel responsible for his choices or yours. After you had a conversation, hold them close. Let them feel your steadiness even when they feel his absence. Give yourself grace. You are doing the job of 2 parents, and that is extraordinary. Remind yourself daily, I cannot control what he does. I can only control what they see in me. Let them see you pray. Let them see you cry. Let them see you get back up. That is the greatest lesson you will ever teach them. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old enough, he will not depart from it. If you're a divorced Christian woman who is tired of feeling broken, too old, or like you missed your chance at love, I need you to hear this. You are not damaged goods, and God is not finished with your story. But winging it and dating after divorce is exactly how you end up repeating the same painful patterns. Inside my Dating After Divorce membership, you will get a proven framework to spot red flags early, weekly coaching calls for real dating situations, and a community of women who truly get what you're walking through, all rooted in faith and practical guidance. Right now, I am looking for a few founding members to lock in 50% off for life before this offer closes and the price goes up. No more settling out of fear, no more giving your heart to men who haven't earned it. You deserve a love that honors you, and it's time to believe that is possible. The link is in the show notes, but do not wait. This offer will not last long. So let's recap. First, we talked about waiting is not loyalty. It is loss of power. We talked about how waiting for him to show up is a pattern you carry from the marriage straight into co-parenting. And every time you do it, you give away a little more of your power without even realizing it. His lack of responsibility is not your emergency. And the moment you stop waiting is the moment you start choosing yourself. Second, a boundary is not a wall. It is a door you control. We talked about how you have been saying yes when every part of you means no, and how that has been costing you your peace every single day. A boundary is not punishment. It is protection, and you are allowed. Actually, you are called to protect yourself. His anger at your boundary is not proof you were wrong. It is proof the boundary was necessary. And third, your children are watching how you carry this. We talked about how your children are learning from his absence. They are learning from your presence. Every hard conversation, every moment you told the truth with love, every time you got back up, they saw all of it. You cannot control what he does, but you can control what they see in you. And that is the most powerful thing you will ever give them. I know this episode stirred something deep inside you, and that is good. That means you are ready to heal. Not just on the outside, but in the quiet places where only God can see. And here's what I need you to know. He is already there. He has been there the whole time. Let him in. He will guard your peace only if you let him. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Blessings. Sister, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share this episode with a friend who may want to hear it to help her heal from her past wounds? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. Okay, now go pour yourself a cup of coffee, open your journal, and sit with everything God spoke to you today. You deserve that quiet moment with Him. I'll meet you back on Tuesday for another episode. And like my mom used to say, que Dios te acompañe siempre. And that translates to, may God go with you wherever you go.